believe none of what you read and believe half of what you see. And I'm going to tell you, Jan and I just came back from Cebu, and we went downtown Dumaguete, and I'm going to tell you this story here. And I have photos at the end. And I want to let you know ahead of time, the photos are a little graphic, but nobody has died in this photo. Nobody's been hurt. Everybody got up and had a good time afterwards, and they're enjoying their life. You know, they got on Facebook and put some photos up for us, and Janet copied them. But what I want to say is, you have to take everything with a grain of salt. And Janet and I, like I said, came back from Cebu, and we were hanging around downtown. We were having coffee with some friends, and on our way home, you know, we got on the motorbike, and we're riding double, and I'm being a little careless in my riding. You know, I've been a little careless in my driving lately. And, you know, passing cars, passing on the right, passing on the left, you know, challenging trucks, just full of myself on the bike, feeling like I'm invincible on this little scooter, you know, where I should be much more cautious and much more considerate of other drivers, cars, trucks, and my passenger, Janet, on the back. So anyway, we're riding home, and we pass Hypermart, and we see that it's still closed. And they said they're going to open Hypermart in a couple days. Under new management, but the same name, same products, everything the same, just different management. So we pass Hypermart, and we're headed up towards where we live in Cantilly. And we have to go through Genoa and Tali, and we're on the main highway that goes from Dumaguete up to Valencia. Well, we have to turn onto Diversion Road. And Diversion Road is a 4-lane road that's going from Subalan all the way to Darwin, and it's like a bypass. It misses Dumaguete. It doesn't come anywhere near the city, so the trucks can fly by, and it's just a bypass around Dumaguete. It was a good idea to build that road. They're not all the way done, but it's a great idea. So we get on Diversion Road, and we're headed home. We're about 2 kilometers down the road is where Jan and I live. And, you know, we pass something in the road, and we get home, you know, and the day has been a challenge for me because there's so many things going on. There's many things going on. And Janet and I, when we got home, I had a hard time sleeping that night. I even called a friend, video chatted a friend to tell him about what I saw. And Janet saw it too. Very disturbing. Very disturbing. Sort of like, how do I want to describe it? Come to Jesus moment. Knowing that how frail life is and how fast things can change here in the Philippines. And anywhere, in your home city, in your home country, anywhere, life is very fragile and it can come to an end quickly. Well, what happened is we were riding down the road, Diversion Road, and we're headed towards our house. And up ahead we see like a couple poles in the road, just like at a police checkpoint. And I thought that's exactly what it was. I thought it was a checkpoint, and you know, I turned around, I told Janet, oh, we got a checkpoint up there. And lately they've been doing a lot of checking. You know, we got stopped twice already since we came back from Cebu, where they check my driver's license, they check my registration, matching the license plate. And it seems like they're enforcing the traffic laws a little bit more on this Diversion Road. So we see this, and I'm looking for the police, and they're there waving people on. And we turn our heads, and boom, what do we see? We see what you see in this photo right here. I saw 3 bodies in the road, and I thought all 3 were dead. And Janet also, you know, oh my God, it's a car accident. The car hit a motorcycle and hit a trike. And there were bodies on the ground, and it seemed like they were dead. And the police, EMT, the emergency medical team, wasn't doing nothing about the bodies. And I just assumed they were dead and they were waiting for the coroner to come or something. And we drove past this. And Janet said, I should take a video or something. And I go, no, we don't do that sort of thing. We don't take videos of bodies in the road or bad car accidents or anything like that. And like I said, we got home and it was very disturbing. We saw this and, you know, I talked to a friend and I said, hey, I saw this accident today and a car hit a motorcycle and a trike and there were, I thought, at least 3 people dead. And we were talking about how quickly life can change and how maybe I should go buy a car now because it's so dangerous to ride a motorbike. You know, a car comes up on your rear end real fast, or a truck. Maybe a truck has bad brakes and doesn't stop in time. And that whole evening, that whole night, it kept me awake, kept me thinking, wow, you know, this could happen to me. And I have to be more careful with Janet on the back of the bike. And Janet, when she's riding with PJ, you know, the 3 of us, when we go for a joyride, it could be a little dangerous. And it started to sink in the danger of riding a motorcycle. And it's bothered me. Well, 2 days later, Janet's on Facebook and she tells me, hey, that wasn't real. Heads Up Negros News, which you get on Facebook, and it gives you a lot of the local news and things that are happening, you know, said and showed these photos, said, warning, this is a drill. EMS simulation. One rescue conducted an emergency medical service simulation drill with batch 18 over the weekend, headed by Dr. Kenneth T. Koo, head of training. The simulation drill is a regular activity of one rescue. Warning, this is a drill. Warning, this is a drill. And they posted these photos. And this is, you can see here in the above part of the photo that the EMS, or the emergency medical team, you know, I call it a team, but they call it a service, has the road halfway blocked, slowing cars down, slowing traffic, and you drive by and you see all these bodies. And later I learned the blood is not real blood, the blood is cow blood. There's a slaughterhouse right down the road, and they got the cow blood from the slaughterhouse. And here, let me show you a couple other pictures. So this is the photo where Jan and I drove by. And you can see here we saw bodies. We saw this one girl leaning against the car, and she looked completely dead. In this photo here, this is an after photo, and it's, you know, they've moved around a little bit. But when we went by and traffic was going by, everybody was still, and they really looked dead, and it looked bad. And Jan and I talked about that for a while, about me being a little bit more cautious in our driving, being much more careful, especially Diversion Road. You know, it's 2 lanes going both directions, a lot of sugarcane trucks, a lot of heavy equipment going up and down the road, and cars really flying by because there's no stop signs. It's a long way where they don't have to stop at all. And we also, this is another photo from a different angle, and all these photos come from Facebook, and it comes from the Heads Up Negros News Facebook page. So any of you guys going to move to Dumaguete, you should start checking out that page. They show all the activities. They give you the warnings when the power is going to be out. There's a lot of things they post that are helpful to you. But again, in that simulation, and there was no warning that they were going to have a simulation. It really did look like somebody plowed into a motorcycle and a trike. And pretty disturbing for me. Pretty disturbing for me as we went by. You can see in this photo the trike over there, a couple people were in it. The car, the body's mangled underneath the motorcycle. And hindsight, when I drove through there, I should have known that was a simulation, that they wouldn't have left bodies like that. But it's the Philippines. You know, you believe what you see. Well, you shouldn't believe what you see. You should only believe half of what you see. And definitely don't believe everything you read. the be cautious sign because there's an accident ahead. All that was fake. And it reminded me of being in high school when you did driver's ed and you watch gory accident scenes, from the highway patrol, to sort of like shock you into driving safely and letting you know how dangerous a moving car can be. It's a lethal weapon. More people die from car accidents than anything else, I guess. But it's dangerous, especially here in the Philippines or any foreign country, any developing country or third world country, because they don't have a lot of traffic laws, or maybe they have the traffic laws, but they don't enforce them. Who's check? There's nobody here with a radar gun. There's no stop signs. So safety is a big concern now, and it really shocked me straight, is a good way to put that. I have to ride my motorcycle a little bit more cautious now. Allow more time to get to where I'm going. And definitely when I have Janet as a passenger or PJ as a passenger on the motorbike, much, much more cautious. And I think my driving up to Cebu City now is over. I don't think I'm going to take that long drive. I'll do some drives around the island of Cebu, but not get into the crowded, congested part of the city. I'm going to be 70 years old, and I got to start behaving like my age and be a little bit more cautious. And maybe a car is on the way. Me and a friend, we were talking about that. A car should be on my agenda here very shortly. And mark my words about this. They do this simulation once. My understanding is they do it quite often in different sections of the city and the island. So if you come across something like this and you think it's an accident, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a warning to everybody driving by. This could happen to you. And I just wanted to share that with you. A little fun play on words. Mark my words. Believe none of what you read and believe only half of what you see. And thanks for watching. Until next time, drive safe.